Okay, thank you legislators for joining us tonight. That's everybody. I'm going to do a quick mic check, make sure everybody can hear me. I'm going to start with Swamisat,
I can hear you.
Hakamatia, I see your lips. Okay, thank you. Jemquat,
Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Sheila,
Hola.
Asaltanat,
Present.
Nicolia,
Hi.
Stetson,
Sí, señor.
Teesmalat,
Here.
Kaswanson,
Hey, swell.
Squamia,
Yeah, I can hear.
Terry,
You too, Wild.
Mary.
I can hear you.
Great. Chief Swaniset, what do you got for us?
I'm here.
There you go. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I believe we have Jennifer and Tejas in the room. Oliver is on the mic. Braden, can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, I can. Squeak well, thank you.
Great, thank you, Braden. Mark, are you able to hear us as well?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Great, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'd like to call upon Legislator Kiswanson to start the session off by drumming us in. I will place the feathers in the mantle as she is drumming to commence our procession ceremonial. Kiswanson, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, can you hear me fine?
Can hear you just great, thank you.
Okay. All right. I didn't even think of this one today. The other one was just was in my head all day. So today I think I'll sing, I got a song now. Okay, I'll sing Bryce's Chief's Journey. Came to him on a canoe journey, and it represents just his journey, but also it represents all of our journeys. Okay. Yo ho, yo ho, hey. Yo ho, yo ho, hey. Hee-ah, hee-ah, yo ho, yo ho, hey. Yo ho, yo ho, hey. Hee-ah, hee-ah,
Thank you, Chris Swanson, for drumming us in. Now we have a video for an opening prayer from Elder Walapia.
Isla Tiwial, Atitol Sierra, Huyanama Tasam Stiwial, Sitama Uimisolskaki, Hichlamatol Tanawayal, Chisiquum Chuch E Tawatol, Achasiais, Quamquam Stuck, Tashqualawins.
Haishka for Wapio for the prayer tonight. I'd also like to thank Isaac Williams for being our virtual feather runner again tonight. Isaac, would you like to wave at everybody? Isaac is here to help us tonight, and he's also going to be our cameraman. Thanks for the Monday's meeting. It went very well, good reviews. Everybody did extremely well on the virtual meeting, first one ever, so congratulations to everybody. This meeting is being live streamed. Legislators, please keep your audio on mute. Please use the raise hand function to be added to the speaking list. For any technical issues, please contact Alex by phone or email, and he'll be promptly to help you immediately. Tonight's agenda for meeting tonight, the advisory report on Bill 2, verbal update from the Leaseholder Consultation Committee on Bill 2, vote to move Bill 2 to third reading, final vote on Bill 2, and closing remarks. And it is optional if you have any closing remarks. We just wanted to close the loop up from Monday, so no pressure at all. Does everybody understand the agenda for tonight? Get a nod, thumbs up. That's great. First of all, I'd like to do the advisory report. Bill, Advisory Council and the Leaseholder Consultation Committee both met virtually last night to review Bill 2. Our first order of business is to hear the Advisory Council's report to legislators. I'd like to call upon Chief Administrating Officer Braden Smith to deliver the advisory report. Braden, we'll give you the virtual feather runner. There's the feather. He's got it.
Thank you, Heichko Squeakwell, and thank you for the opportunity to provide the advisory report to legislature from the advisory council meeting yesterday. Advisory Council report on Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Of issue that the Boston legislature take the following considerations from the Advisory Council into account when deliberating Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Of background, one of the critical functions of Advisory Council is to meet and provide advice to the legislature before the legislature finalizes a Tawasin law. This is set out in Section 5.25 of the Constitution and Section 38 of the Government Organization Act. Yesterday, on May 12, 2020, from 5:30 to 7 p.m., the Advisory Council met to discuss Bill 2. There were 7 members in attendance, including 6 elected members of Advisory Council. Quorum was therefore constituted, and a formal meeting of the Advisory Council was held. Staff gave the same presentation on the Property Taxation Amendment Act that was provided to legislature at first reading. Staff also provided an overview of Bill 2 and demonstrated how Bill 2 would amend the Property Taxation Act. Under bill considerations, Advisory Council did not have any concerns with property tax due dates being set by regulation. Members noted that the objective of this bill is to provide relief for leaseholders. And as such, Advisory Council members would like to remind leaseholders and the general public to be respectful and comply with Tsawwassen First Nation COVID-19 measures put in place to protect the member community. Those measures include closure of the community housing area, the member community housing area. And in conclusion, members of Advisory Council were in favor of enacting Bill 002-2020. And Squeakle, those are my comments on behalf of Advisory Council. And if I could just add a personal snippet, I wanted to relay that Advisory Council was very pleased with the opportunity to meet virtually and discuss this important bill. And thanks Legislature for their invitation for Advisory Council to hear this this amendment. I Squeakle CM.
Great. Thank you, Braden, for the advisory report. Do I have any comments, concerns, or questions for Braden on the advisory report? Terry? Virtual Feather Runner?
I trust Squeakle. I'm not too sure if this question will be related to or with Braden, but how soon will the leaseholders receive a letter regarding the property tax due date? And I also want to make a comment that I do agree with the AC members regarding the closure of the main or the member community housing, that it be closed off, and so that our members are safe walking in our own territory, because we're such a small community that it would be better for our members to get their exercise and walking on our roads. Yeah, passing the feather back.
Thank you, Terry. I think there was one question for a letter of taxation to Braden. Braden?
Heichka Squeakle CM, I virtually grabbed the feather, and thank you for the opportunity to answer the question. Legislator Terry, I think that question is a great question. I suspect that Mark and his team, Mark probably has the answer to that question procedurally when we would send those notices out. But so I would ask Mark to answer that question on behalf of administration. A great question. And on the other, not really question, but comment, I will just state that those concerns that you articulated, Legislator Terry, were also those that were raised by the advisory council. Hitchka.
Great, thank you, Braden. Mark, did you want to answer that question? Mark, Virtual Feather Runner.
It's good, Squeakle CM. I have the feather. Through you to Legislator Terry, the tax notices will be going out by the end of this month. And when that happens, there will be a notification that goes with it that explains when the due dates are being changed to.
Great, thank you, Mark.
Back to the Feather Runner.
Next, I have Chemquat next, Virtual Feather Runner.
It's good, Squeakle CM, and I respectfully accept the virtual feather. I just want to acknowledge the work that the Advisory Council has done yesterday, and really thank them for accepting the virtual role and being able to contribute to this process. And I'm just really grateful for their feedback and their thoughtful comments about keeping our community safe. And I just want to raise my hands to them. Thank you. Releasing the virtual feather. Thank you.
Great, thank you for your heartfelt comments, Chum Quad. Next I have Sheila, virtual feather runner.
Hi, you guys. We'll see him. I just wanted to thank the Advisory Council for their consideration on this bill. I also want to thank staff and Executive Council for involving the Advisory Council, because it is such an important body, and it really really helps guide the decisions that the legislature makes at our table here, right? So, and it sounds to me that they felt like they contributed this time, and that really, you know, makes my heart feel full, that they feel like they're a part of, and that that their voice matters. So I'm really grateful to hear that today, and yeah, that's just awesome. I'm really happy that they can participate like that, like just like how we're doing right now, right? And I don't know, this is so neat. Like today, the way this government is working right now is all in sync, and I'm really happy to see that and be a part of it. So, HK.
Thank you, Sheila. Another great comment. Next, I have a Sultanat, virtual feather runner.
Okay, Haichka got the feather. Haichka, Squeakle, and everybody here. And I agree that the advisory is such an important part of our decision making. And, you know, it's great that they've got into the virtual, you know, meetings also. Just one question, just from the workshop from the other night. It was mentioned by one of the panel members that we are able to participate in the advisory when they go to, you know, do the tax panel. Is that true? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sultanat. I'm not sure if we're privy to talk about the panel's workshop at this time. That's a takeaway question that could be answered at a later date. Thank you. Do I have any other comments or concerns or questions pertaining towards the advisory report? Great, thank you, legislators. This is going to be the fastest night we've ever had, I think. So, not seeing any more, I'd like to also ask Braden to please share a verbal update on the Leaseholder Consultation Committee meeting as well, please. Braden, would you mind stepping in and taking the virtual feather? There you go.
Thank you for the virtual feather, Squeakle CM. Yeah, I was at, as I mentioned, I was at Advisory Council yesterday, so I did not have the opportunity to be in meet virtually with the Leaseholder Consultation Committee, but I can provide a summary of that meeting. That was yesterday as well, May 12th, 2020. Staff presented the proposed Bill 002-2020 to the related to the Property Taxation Amendment Act. There were 5 members attending virtually of the Leaseholder Consultation Committee. And very succinctly, the committee expressed no concerns or objections to the bill. And this concludes my comments related to the Leaseholder Consultation Committee. Ejka Squeakle CM, I will pass the feather back.
Great, thank you, Braden, for the verbal update. Sounds like everybody is pleased with Council's position to move forward on this file, so that's great to hear. Thanks, Braden. Legislators, we're in second reading debate of the bill, which is time for the debate. Before we begin debate, I am calling upon Mark DeMello for a quick clarification from Monday's presentation. Mark, would you mind grabbing the virtual feather? Thank you.
Thanks, Squeakle CM. Legislators, this is a very quick update. I just wanted to point out that when I did my presentation, there were a couple of slides where we kind of showed the before before the amendment and after the amendment sections of the Property Taxation Act. And unfortunately, a couple of the slides had typos in them. Nothing that actually affects the bill itself. It was simply in the presentation. Somebody may have noticed that. And so we just wanted to point out that the presentation is had an error, but the bill is correct. And I hand the feather back to the feather runner, Squickle.
Great, thank you, Mark. Continuing the debate, does anybody have any questions or comments or concerns about the motion put forward? Sheila? Virtual feather runner?
Heshka Squickle CM. Just for clarification, so the date is to, we're just voting on taking the date out of the act. That's all we're voting on, correct? Second part is the date's going to be moved for all taxpayers, not just commercial taxpayers. Is that correct?
Mark? Virtual feather runner?
Heshka Squickle CM, that is absolutely correct. The date would apply to all taxpayers.
Great, thank you, Mark. Is there any follow-up question, Sheila? No? Thank you. Does any other legislators have any questions, concerns, or comments pertaining towards the bill? It's an adjust date, right? I have Hakamatia next. I mean, not Hakamatia, sorry. Asaltanat. Virtual feather runner.
Yes, excuse me, just Samantha just came inside, so sorry. I just want to say that since there's no questions or comments, it must have been a really, really good presentation. You know, like it was presented really well, so we were able to understand it. And I would thank the staff for that, you know, because it seems pretty clear. And I think, Sheila, you asked the question that I was going to ask. So, Haichka. Okay, I'm done. Haichka.
Awesome. Thank you, Sultanat. Next, I have Chemquad next. Virtual feather runner.
Heshka Squickle CM, I accept the virtual feather. I just want to double check and clarify that the rates are separate from this act, that we approve the rates, Executive Council, under a separate regulation, and then that's where the date for the extension is also moved. And that there's no need to have the rates involved in any of this amendment.
Thank you, Chemquad. Mark, I believe that's a question for you, for the virtual feather runner.
Heshka Squickle CM. That again is absolutely correct. The rates regulation is done annually anyway. That will be going to EC next week. And included in that regulation will now be the date setting that is hopefully approved tonight.
Great, thank you, Mark. Does anybody else have any questions, concerns, or comments pertaining towards the presentation in the bill? Wow. Well, not seeing any more debate, we can move the bill to third reading. After this, there will be more vote for the final approval of the bill. Jen, can you put the motion to the bill 3 up on the screen, please? And I will read out the motion. Motion to move Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, to third reading. Whereas the Tsawwassen legislators has the authority under Section 12 or 5.12C of the Constitution Act to enact Tsawwassen law, and where under the Tawasin Rules and Procedures Manual, Section 25, each bill must be reviewed 3 separate readings. Therefore, be it moved that Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, proceed to 3rd reading. Do I have a mover? Chumquat. Do I have a seconder? Stetson. Okay. I will now do the roll call. Swamasat.
I'm in favor.
Hakamatia.
I'm in favor.
Chumquat. Actually, Chumquat, you moved. Thank you. Sheila.
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat.
Did you hear it? In favor? Yes.
Lucolia.
I'm in favor.
Tismalat. Tismalat.
I'm in favor.
Kaswanson.
I'm in favor.
Squamia.
I'm in favor.
Terry.
I'm in favor.
Mary. You were muted, Mary. Mary.
I'm in favor.
Thank you. Chief Swanisett.
In favor, Squeakle.
OCM. Thank you, legislators. The bill is unanimously passed. Oh. Oh. Sorry, legislators. Got ahead of myself here. To approve the bill, we must conduct the final vote. I will read the text of the motion and then call for a mover and seconder, and then I will lead a vote by a roll call. At that time, please say favor or opposed. Motion to move Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Yeah. Whereas the Tawasin legislators has the authority under Section 5.12C of the Constitution Act to enact the Tawasin law, and whereas under the Legislators' Rules and Procedures Manual, Section 25, each bill must receive 3 separate readings. And whereas the Tawasin legislators has conducted 3 separate readings of Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, therefore be it moved that the Tawasin legislators approve Bill 00-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Do I have a mover? I have Terry. Do I have a seconder? Sheila was holding. Thank you, legislators, for that mover and seconder. I will work my way through the call list. Swamasat.
I'm in favor.
Hakamatia.
I'm in favor.
Chumquat.
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat.
In favor.
Lucolia.
I'm in favor.
Stetson.
I'm in favor.
Tismalat.
I'm in favor.
Kaswanson.
I'm in favor.
Squamia.
I'm in favor.
Mary.
I'm in favor.
And Chief Swanisett. Sorry, Chief, you're on mute. Sorry, Chief, you keep pushing the mute button. Maybe you might have to hold it. There you go.
I'm in favor, Squeakle.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks for your patience as well. Thank you, legislators. That approves the bill for final approval. So thank you, congratulations for another successful bill in moving this forward. Next, we have closing remarks. We gave legislators an opportunity to have opening remarks. We're also going to have an opportunity for closing remarks tonight. It is not mandatory, it's participation only, but we would like to hear from legislators as it may be the final time that other members get an opportunity to hear your voice. So this could be an opportunity for you to talk with the membership. I will call on each legislators in the reverse order of Monday's meeting, and I will speak and then the chief will speak last. So we're going to mix things up. Mary, you are first. Thank you, Mary.
Okay. Hi, Google, Sam. I just want to thank everybody, staff and members and legislators, PC members, just everybody from TFN for being a part of this virtual session. And just for it even to happen is really great. I was not expecting this at all. I'm really grateful, and it's just really nice to see all your faces again. And I hope to see you around and have a good weekend. Hi, Scott. Am I supposed to say something else?
Sorry, I was on mute myself.
Oh, it's okay.
I have Terry next. Terry, you're on mute.
Hi, Chesquiqua. I just want to thank the drummer and singer, Ska Swanson, Willapia, for doing the prayer. And my hands go up to everyone who took place in this Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. And thank you to Mark for your presentation on Monday and today. I also want to thank, my apologies for not saying Trudy and Dylan's ancestral name, and also to Quintiltonat for the TFN tax panel introduction. And I would also like to thank the Advisory Council for meeting last night, and thank you to Braden for reading the Advisory Council report. It was really great to see everyone. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone after this whole pandemic. And also thank you to our viewers, and take care everyone and stay safe out there. I'm passing the feather back.
Awesome. Thank you, Terry, for your words. Squammy, I have you're next.
Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. There's a bit of noise going on upstairs. I have my Bluetooth on, so hopefully that sounds out a little bit. But I would just like to thank everybody for participating virtually like this. My position with TFN doesn't allow me to work electronically in the field, so I haven't really had the opportunity to do any of these Zoom meetings. So it's really nice to see people's faces and hear your voices. And I just really appreciate that the Advisory Council was able to come together virtually as well, and that we either provided the technology for them or helped them with making that happen. That's just great. All this support from the staff, very much appreciated. Hitchka, everybody.
Thank you, Squamia. I'm not sure if you broke up or if you were done, but next I have Kid Swanson.
Heichka Squeakle. I had a feeling I was next. I was hoping someone would be before me, but I'm okay. I didn't really have much to say during the opening remarks, and I don't really have a whole lot to say right now, except for thank you everybody that's been a part of this, and I'm so happy to see all of your faces. It makes things feel a little bit more normal, even though they're not. And so I'd like to thank IT and staff and advisory council and the legislatures and the tax panel. And this is a short little session we've had, but it's very important, and it's towards the greater good, and I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, I just want to say that you're doing a great job. It's been a really tough couple days for myself, and I don't know if anyone else goes through that. So if you are, I just have prayers out to you, and we'll get back to, seeing each other again one day. This is temporary, so just keep that in mind. Heichka, we'll see you.
Thank you, Kiswanson. I have T. Smollett next.
Heichka, I think this has been really, really good, and it's good to see everybody, and I hope everybody stays safe. And I've had my candle lit to make sure, or to help everybody. I would like to thank Alex for coming over and helping me out with getting connected. Heichka.
Thank you, T. Smollett. I have Stetson next.
Heichka Squeakle CM. Yeah, this is, I've had lots of Zoom meetings, but I'm grateful for IT to help our elders, and I'd like to thank Executive Council for providing the iPads for our elders. And I think the NRC is sending a notice out, or the Fisheries Department is sending a notice out to have an NRC meeting. And I know there's a few NRC members that are capable now, which I like to see. So I'm real happy about that. But I had lots of meetings with DFO, and the fishing plan that we've submitted it doesn't look good. We're being imposed an allocation. So we have some really important business to deal with for our fishing plan. So we're hoping to have there's a notice that's gone out for NRC meeting. So hopefully everybody, we may need some help from IT to get that set up. But yeah, we've got a lot of business to do in fisheries with crab allocation and our fishing plan for the year. So I'm grateful that this meeting took place, and it's good to see everybody again. So I'd like to thank the Feather Brother, Isaac, and Kiswanson for drumming this in, and Walapia for the prayer, and all the staff for helping us along. So that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Stetson. I have Licolia next.
I haven't got much to say this go around. Thank you to everyone for their effort and attendance, and I look forward to the next session and for this pandemic to be over so we can all go outside and all gather again in the future. Passing it back.
Great, thank you, Licolia. I have a Sultan on next.
Okay, Squeakle. Everybody said thanks to everybody. The one person I never thanked this time around was my sister Bertha. It was just like the old days. She came in with a plate of hot food. So that goes out to her. And that's what I miss is the meal, like that we get, the home cooked meals. And again, Alex, thank you. For not only Alex, but Brad was the one helping me with the IT stuff. So it kind of helped because I was in the agricultural committee meeting today. So And I'm getting used to being at home, sitting on the couch, listening to everybody talk. So it's great, but you guys have a great one. And for the ones that I missed, for Happy Mom's Day, happy belated Mom's Day. There's a couple of you that I never acknowledged. And in advance, happy Dad's Day, you guys. Okay, Haichka, feathers gone. Bye.
Thank you, Sultana. Next is Sheila.
Hi, Squeakle CM. Yeah, I really want to thank staff for helping putting this together, helping the ones who need assistance with the technology. That's really huge. It just goes to show how we all come together when it's required, and it's pretty awesome to be a part of this. I want to thank Advisory Council for their input and virtually attending. I want to thank people online listening to us this time around. I heard there was a really good turnout on Monday. I don't know what it's like tonight, but thank you guys for attending and watching the work that we're doing here. You know, I mean, it's a little bit dry, but it's cool that we're doing it, right? And it's like we're changing laws, and it's awesome, right? I also want to thank Isaac for the feather, and Scott Swanson for drumming us in and out, Walapia for the prayer, and I really hope that we get to have a session in the fall, because we have a lot of tax work coming up ahead of us, and it sounds like it's going to be very robust information, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some reports back from Executive Council on the motions and the resolutions that were set down last session. So I really hope that we get that opportunity and see you guys face to face. Like, now it's kind of funny because you can see my face right now, and I'm looking at it. I was like, oh, I don't have very much of a poker face today, right? But when I'm across the table and the camera's far away, you can't really see my face, right? So I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. But anyways, just a little bit of humor to end my sort of speech. Anyways, I just got to everybody. Osim.
Thank you, Sheila. We have 11 viewers tonight, and on Monday we had 19. I have Chemquat next.
Hechka Squeakle CM, I received the virtual feather. Thank you. There's so many things that I do want to share. The poker face, I'm not so good at the poker face. So the up close poker face thing is not, I have to be a little more aware of my facial expressions. I've never had a good poker face. But in our opportunity to gather, I'm continually impressed by the level of engagement with our legislatures, the level of thoughtfulness, and the power of our Tsawwassen government, and what we've created under our treaty. And I continue to be honored to serve our community and honored to serve the Tsawwassen members in a way that represents their values and their wishes and our long-term dreams. And I'm very emotional when I think about what we've achieved and what we're actually doing right now. And it makes me so proud of Tsawwassen First Nation, the little nation that could, the little nation that would, the little nation that did, the little nation that does. And that's what we're doing right now. We're governing ourselves. We have the institutions in place so that we can be responsive to these unprecedented experiences and events in our life. My ancestral name, I chose to wear my headband today because it reminded me of where I come from, and who I'm connected to. My grandfather, Tehuilam from Tsawwassen, my great-great-grandmother, Chamquat, her daughter, Grandma Pearl's mom, my great-grandmother, she died of the Spanish flu. They had that pandemic in their time frame. And I was wondering to myself, who were the leaders to protect them? Who created the environment to protect their people? And that was in a time when our leaders did not have a lot of authority and power. And now we're in a time where we can create the rules, the regulations, and laws to protect our people. And right now, I want to remind all of our people that live on Tsawwassen lands, our members and our non-members, that as we transition into this change of freedom from the restrictions that we have, that let Tsawwassen be the example of keeping that curve flattened. Let's make sure that we continue to protect our people and each other. And let's not get too excited about this release, because we've done a good job. It was mentioned earlier how we've protected our community, and I'm very proud of how we've done that, how our staff have really stepped up, how each of you have played a leadership role in doing that. So I'm very grateful and humble to be a part of this wonderful leadership group that I am a part of. So I just want to encourage you to stay safe, be smart, and be calm. And we will be able to gather traditionally soon. But in the meantime, we're blending modern technology with our traditional gathering in a form like this. And it is so wonderful to see all of your wonderful faces. And I want to also acknowledge the family that are sitting out there listening, that have tapped in using the virtual link. And I am going to wave, even if it may not be appropriate or inappropriate, but you know who you are, who I'm waving to, all of my family that's online. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You know that my heart is full of love for all of you. And I really wish that I could give you a hug in person, but it won't be long. We've persevered for hundreds of years. What's a little bit longer for us to persevere, to run this out so that we can actually really hug each other without fear of harming each other. I love you all. Thank you so much. Hachka OCM, relinquishing the other.
OCM, thank you, Chamkwat. I have Hakamatia is next.
OCM. Yeah, I just want to big thank you to our staff. They're really going up and above. My hands go up to all of you, especially the ones, you know, the front runners, and just keep up the good work and stay safe. Hachka to our feather weather runner, Isaac, even though you're not too much running, eh? But first time I didn't know who was sitting there, but I know who it is now because you're pretty little on the screen. Hachka to our squeakle, and Hachka to our drummers, Swamason, and Hachka to Wapia, our prayers. Kind of nice having that by one of our poles. There's always pros and cons to everything, eh? It's really good. And Hachka to everybody online today. It's really good to see everybody, and I hope everybody stays safe. And Hachka to all of our members who taking the time to come online. And I wish I could see your faces too. Maybe hopefully soon. Just be safe, and hopefully this pandemic comes to an end soon, or they come up with a cure before, you know. And we've done really good with. I don't think any of our members have had the flu, so the coronavirus. So hopefully we don't. That would be really something to celebrate if we can get through and have no members have to go through that. Just want everybody to stay safe. And if any of our members out there do, if their family or one of their members does end up with the flu, please, or they're having issues with dealing with what we're going through, please contact us, you know, get a hold of us and find out if there's something we can do to make sure we don't leave any members behind. Don't let the communication lines drop. I know it's kind of crazy right now, but find a way of getting a hold of us. Stay safe. Miss you all. Echka.
Thank you, Hakamatia, for your words. I have Squamasat next.
Echka OCM. I'd like to start off by thanking our Sisquanson for the drumming, and Isaac, our feather runner, and Walapia for the prayer. And my cook tonight was Vince. I'd like to thank him too.
I'd like to thank all the staff that helped put all this session together. Right from finance to the IT to our government services staff. There's probably a lot more out there that helped. And then I'd like to raise my hands to all of you legislature members for coming together for this special session. And it's pretty historical that we're doing this electronically by the views. So using this program, and I think it's really something that we're all part of it, and how we're moving ahead like that. I think Val worded it really well, how we're just the little nation that just keeps going. And I'm really thankful for the advisory council for meeting on this. Plus, they're also doing their regular meetings, and we appreciate everything, that all what you guys do for the advisory members. And I'd like to thank all the viewers that are watching this session tonight. And I want to do a special thank you to all of our community members for being safe. Let's try not to get emotional. But we have a very strong community, and it's because we're all practicing to be safe and looking out for each other, and that makes us a really strong community. I'd like to thank all the people that are constantly doing the prayers, and the ones that go around and drum once in a while. The drumming is really good to hear. I think it gives us strength. So I just want to say Hachka to everybody. And I think I keep forgetting to say thank you to our squeakle. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Excellent. Passing the feather back.
Thank you. Awesome. My ancestral name is Sluxit. Again, it's Sluxit. I'm related to all of you one way or another, and it is truly an honor to be sitting here as your squeakle. It's a blessing to be serving with all of you legislators. I couldn't ask to be sitting with a better group of people and a more humbling leadership that I've, so graciously am allowed to be with. And it really, I had a good reflection with the chief today, and I'm really thankful that the administration and our membership and our lands and our people are happy and are in a good place. It's a true reflection of tonight and how everybody is cohesive and working together, and it does show that uniting together is a strong front. I've heard a lot of great words tonight. I also want to recognize those members that are also suffering tonight. Those ones that, are lost out there that we always keep sending our prayers to. IT has done an amazing job tonight, and on Monday, the week leading up to this, trying to get things ready. I have Tejas here, I have Jennifer here in front of me helping me coordinate the meeting and sending me little love notes on the screen over here. And keeping a rolling list of all of the names and, helping me and guiding me through this first time process. We have our feather runner here today, Isaac, and very appreciative of him for coming in and participating and holding our culture. We have our elder with our prayer tonight. Virtual or not, those words are strong. And, I love listening to her speak the language. And our drummer, thank you for tonight, for drumming us in and drumming us out tonight. I just want to have just a moment of silence just for me and for legislators, and remember all of the members that are suffering out there and all the work that we are doing tonight and have been for the last months and decades is all for every member and making sure we leave no person behind. So if you guys wouldn't mind just giving us a moment of silence for all of those members as well. Thank you, legislators, for that. You know, we can't lose sight of what we're here for. We're here to make sure everybody's lifted up no matter what. If whatever we're doing affects one person, then we need to take a relook at it and figure out a way so it's less impact on everybody. So thank you, legislators, for that. I'm going to turn my feather over to Chief Swaneset for closing remarks. Chief? You're on mute, Chief.
Hey, Squeakle CM, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Chief.
I don't have too much to say. Thank you, Squeakle. You're doing a great job. Thank you, legislatures, for being here and doing this important work. And thank you to Advisory Council for answering the call and and taking the virtual trip with us. And I'm thinking this is the way of the future. There will be more meetings like this. This is probably part of the new way, and I just really want to thank respected Elder Walapia for the beautiful prayer, Swanson for her songs, and Aichka Young Isaac for being the feather runner. And don't have too much to say other than to all of Tawasin people, keep safe, take care of each other, and it's not over yet. Stay diligent. We're doing good, and we're going to come out of this okay. And please, please, please protect our elders. Aichka, everybody.
Well, Sam, thank you, Chief, for those beautiful remarks, and all of the other legislators as well. Thank you, legislators. That concludes our May 2020 special session. I'd like to call upon Legislator Swanson to drum us out, and then we will end the meeting by turning off the live stream, and we will see each other again soon. So thank you, legislators. Swanson.
Woo! Okay. All right. I'm a little bit sideways here now. Okay. So I was gonna sing a quiet, slow song, but I had a change of heart just last minute to sing a song called Soldier Boy. Soldier boy, soldier boy, Hajka CM, soldier boy, Soldier boy, soldier boy, Hajka CM, soldier boy, soldier boy, soldier boy. Haichka, CM, soldier boy, Yahweh, soldier boy, Yahweh, Yahweh, Haichka, CM, soldier boy, Yahweh, Haichka.